But first, we do want to talk to you about the weather because although we're not weather impact alert today, Chris Mulcahy, it is certainly, again, a very hot day. And again, looking forward to tomorrow. I don't know if we're looking forward to it, but we definitely need to keep the weather impact alertness in mind going into the weekend.
You know what? I'm looking forward to it.
All right.
I look forward to all types of weather.
That's true.
I have a firm belief that there's no bad type of weather, just bad preparation for it. So how you prepare for it, that makes all the difference. By the way, just letting you know, just a little PSA, I'm having trouble turning my neck to the left because I slept weird and my back has the
Oh
thing.
my gosh.
Has anyone ever happened to that?
Jane
Yes.
just said this morning she's gotten a little back.
Really? It happens to you too?
Oh, my neck always gets tweaked out, but I was just complaining that my back is really tweaked. I do see a chiropractor every
Okay, yeah, because it's
once
one
a week.
spot, and so if I'm kind of like this,
yeah.
all of a sudden I was like, I'm okay.
That's okay.
This is perfectly normal.
Just move your whole body.
All right, so now that we got that out
All
of the
right,
way.
thank you for that qualifier.
Yeah, of course. I want you to know how we're also feeling.
Right.
Aches and pains, not
Yeah.
just the weather. Okay, so let's get to our day planner, and we like to show this fun graphic from time to time because it shows the other things that are going on today. It's not just July 31st, the end of the month. It's also National Avocado Day. Grab some toast, everybody. National Chili Dog Day. Look at I'm planning out your meals. Not the third one. National Intern Day. So shout out to Lily.
Yes,
So we got Lily here. Let's
What's
bring
up,
up that
Lily?
camera again.
Who are you
Lily.
representing?
Myself?
I'm sorry, your school.
Oh, UGA.
Oh, UGA.
Dogs.
Oh,
Go
there we
dogs.
go. I saw on the Today Show all their interns. They were representing all their
All their
schools. They had their
schools.
shirts and stuff.
Cute.
I don't think there was one from North Carolina, Chapel Hill,
Cool.
representing.
Well-
and then someone from University of Miami was also
Well,
representing.
So, yeah,
I'm
you
also
got-
representing WCNC, so
That's right.
go intern day.
She has
Like
she
a
has
pro.
the branding
Like a
already.
pro.
She's got it. All right. Anyway, thanks for that sidebar.
Well, that was a plus, right? Okay. Our Charlotte top 5 list, I've shown you this for the better part of a half month once I realized, wow, July is trending up there. Well, number 2, and with highs still reaching the lower to the mid-90s today and our lows only dropping down to about the mid-70s, we have no problem disappearing from that spot. And then temperatures eventually are going to head to the cooler direction, where the beginning of August is bananas. It actually feels more like September compared to the actual month of August, and I'm not complaining, trust me. Our July ranks, we can actually break it down with a little extra detail. We have the warmest set of lows we've had in July history over the last 146 years of record keeping here in Charlotte. The second overall average, as I just showed you, but also the third hottest. We're averaging a high of 95 degrees, 94.8. Of course, I rounded up. That's insane. And we didn't quite beat out 1986 and 1993, but boy, has this been a historic month. I'm happy that we finally get a well-deserved cool down. The big story, as Jane was talking about off the top, was a low chance for flash flooding today, but a weather alert day tomorrow. That is a medium threshold. This is a classic setup. We have enhanced moisture, tropical air, a front rolls in, and days of rain before. These big flooding events don't just happen. They're usually a precursor. And again, I hate using this as an example just because it's such a tragic event, but Helene was not just Helene. It was the days before that primed Helene to push things over the edge. We haven't seen that type of rain before this, but sometimes you need the days of rain beforehand to prime the soil to elevate your flood threat. And that's exactly what we see here on a much lesser scenario. Our storm impacts are also a little elevated as far as our severe threat. We have a chance for not only flash flood warnings, but also severe thunderstorm warnings, or at least some special weather statements that are going to say, hey, you have wind gusts up to 30 to 50 miles per hour, just below severe criteria. There's an outside chance for hail, but I think this is pretty much low to none. But the lightning is going to be quite active and quite loud. Who's been hearing some loud thunder as of recently? A lot of
Not
thunder?
yesterday. Oh, wait, no, yesterday afternoon I did hear
I don't
some.
think I heard of any of it.
No, we had 0 at my house. Yeah, it depends where you are. But thank you for backing me up here. If you didn't, I was going to feel very alone. Or I was going to name drop my director, Rusty. But we had such loud thunder that people were actually writing in saying, wow, that like shook my windows. The reason why you're seeing this is because we're creating a sound chamber. It's specifically during the evening and the overnight hours that all the heat that we have at the surface, it rises up and it literally creates almost a ceiling. So when you have that big time sound, it's able to reverberate. So it's much louder. It would be like, hey, you could let off a foghorn outside or you could let it off in a smaller space. It's going to be much, much louder in the smaller confined space. Picture it like that scenario for this. But also, if you're in almost like a tunnel or a tube, sound can echo a lot longer. So whenever you hear that big rolling thunder where it seems like it goes on for a minute or two, that is because of an environment like this. And especially you hear that during the evening, that thunder, that's literally the sound wave are bouncing for miles because we're insulated by that inversion. Just letting you know that's going to be a possibility over the next couple of days and next couple of nights. Flash flood risks. This is the weather alert criteria that we're talking about. It really starts after 2 to 8 to 9 is where most of the heavy rain is going to fall, but heavy downpours, some prime soils will lead to a flash flood setup. So what are you going to do? Stay weather alert. We'll keep you updated, the whole weather team, and also here on WCNC Plus is a great resource. So here's the deal. This is why we're all seeing this go down. A cold front's going to push through the area, and we're going to actually have a little coming of this little low that's going to ramp up our rain chances heading into your Friday, and it's also shifting the winds. So Saturday's much cooler because the past front, the rain-cooled air, it's called cold air damming, and that's going to lead to the coolest weekend we've had since late May. Late May, we were in the upper 70s, but we haven't had one around 80 degrees since then. So that really puts it in perspective. And also last weekend, boy, was that a difference. We were 101, 102. Now we're 80 and 81. Here's a complicated graphic as far as meteorology is concerned, but I'm going to simplify it for you. So what you're looking at is the atmospheric moisture. This is actually known as precipitable water. Whenever you have values over 2 inches, and that's like if you took the entire column of the atmosphere and squished it out like you're squeezing an orange, all the juice that you have left over, this would be like all the water that you have left over. The highest this value goes is to about 3 to 3.2, and that shows how saturated, how much water can actually come from a single storm. Now, oftentimes there's multiple sections of the storm, multiple layers of the atmosphere, and that's why you can pick up well over 3 inches in an hour. But notice how this line gradually turns down. That's going to make it feel a lot more comfortable, but it's also going to take away a lot of our storm fuel. But my main point here is we're in that red zone today and tomorrow. So that's also going to elevate that any thunderstorm that we have is going to allow for some heavier downpours, some torrential rain, which is upping our chances for flash flooding. But once that front dips down to the south, and once those water values get lower, we're talking about near no problematic, comfortable air, y'all. Like, this is going to feel really nice. So it's not only are we taking a break from the 90s, you actually almost have like a more comfortable setup in fall weather, where it's more typical to have the lower 80s in September. That's literally the climatological highs by the mid to later part of the month, compared to what you see for the first days of August. So a complete flipping of the script. We were 10 degrees above normal. Now we're 10 degrees below normal. As far as the rainfall goes, now this map is really busy. Looks like a box of crayons melted here. And there's a bunch of numbers that are in there as well. But I'm plain and simple telling you that there's a chance of 1 to 3 inches of rain over the next 2 days. And some areas could even see as much as 3 to 5. It just depends on where multiple thunderstorms set up. Because some areas, as we were just mentioning, somebody heard thunder, some didn't hear thunder at all. Well, some have been seeing a thunderstorm each and every day. Those areas that see more storms today and tomorrow are likely going to be under the gun as far as any flooding is concerned. So let's go through your Futurecast before I take up any more of your time. We are looking at our best chance for an isolated storm to pop up anywhere between about 11 and 1. We said this yesterday as well, but it depends where you are. Some of us will see over an inch of rain. Some of us will see nothing at all. And then there's, of course, everyone else in between. We already saw a good saturation this morning, but we're coming a lot more scattered mid to late afternoon. This will continue until about the middle part of the evening. We'll hit a break. Still going to be a muggy overnight, but then just like what we had last night, clusters of storms could come together, form their own system, and you can have more light to moderate rain rain and even some thunderstorms to start off tomorrow morning. We're seeing indications here. Now watch the slow movement that we see here by the early to mid-afternoon. Notice how a little line starts to form. When you have these lines of thunderstorms that are very slow moving, that's where you could have that potential. And by 8 o'clock, we're still seeing some very heavy rain across the area. It eventually starts to die out, and then we just have some leftover light rain into the early morning hours on Saturday. Those clouds will be thick. The evaporation of rain condenses into some fog, so we don't really see the sunshine until late day or if at all, for your Saturday. That's also why we're trending a little bit on the cooler side. 80 degrees on Saturday, more sunshine on Sunday. So Sunday's my pick of the weekend. And then we're still rocking the lower 80s Monday and Tuesday. More rain chances return on Tuesday and Wednesday. And then eventually we're going to start to warm back up. I didn't mean to bring this up again, but it's here.
Why not? We like chili
You know
dogs.
what? Yeah, exactly. Well,
We like Lily.
I like,
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
We like chili and Lily, right?
Right.
Chili and Lily.
But
all good.
I will move this way. The next time that we're going to be at a 90-degree high, it looks like it's going to be next Friday into Saturday. So this is very short-lived. So as I always say, my favorite Latin saying, carpe diem, seize the day.
Seize the day, seize the fall. Might need to bring out a sweatshirt even.
For 80 degrees?
In the evening.
Ha 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 ha! Hold on.
Oh, hold up.
Oh, contraire, mon frere.
Oh.
Because look at the
Pardonnez-moi.
lows. Maybe you are talking about sweatshirt, but look at this. 65.
That's borderline sweatshirt. weather
65
for me.
for some people. I see people wearing heavy pants.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
It
Yeah,
depends,
stay
it
right
depends
here.
on the 65.
I'm a Floridian, so
Yeah, it depends on the 65. Yeah, sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah.
When it's a cool,
Oh, yeah.
crisp 65 sweatshirt.
I have my friend Blake that moved here from Florida, and it's so funny because we'll go out and it'll be in the 60s, and he's like wearing thermals, and I'm like, "What are you doing? What is happening?" But
I
no,
know.
there will be some of you. But yeah, the mid 60s, trust me, especially with that drier air, it will feel cool. I think you can get by without a sweatshirt, but we're borderline, and it's crazy that we're saying that, especially after going through stretches of 100-degree days.
Layers.
Layers.
Layers, Lily. All right, Lily. Happy intern day.
Happy
Yeah, happy
intern
intern
day.
Hopefully you had a wonderful experience here at WCNC.
No, just about a week left.
Oh no.
Wow.
Week.
All right.
1 week.
We'll get her cake, and then she'll move on. She's our future.
She's the future.
All right. And so is Chris Mulcahy. He's
Oh,
going to be with us for a long time.
Thank you. Yeah, I don't plan on leaving.
All right.
You're raising the future.
Yes,
Tea.
that's right.
That's
Oh,
right.
there we go. All right. Chris, Lily, Carlene, you guys all rock.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
You rock as
Jane.
well.
Yeah.
Also
Thank
part of
you.
the rock club.
That's
Yeah.
right.